as soon as you talk about commercializing mental fitness, we might stop talking about the ultimate purpose of spiritual growth, which is they call it enlightenment, but it's really how to see and experience and interact with the world free of conditioning, of trauma, of lifetimes of accumulated habits, and instead just become focused on having a good brain. And maybe that's fine. Maybe that's enough. Maybe the shift in awareness that you're talking about, maybe that's step one, the preliminary. Do you see that so the traditional contemplative traditions in some sense become marginalized in this kind of commercialization of mental fitness?
Well, I think that the traditional contemplative traditions are marginal today in modern society.
Fair enough.
But it's a good question, and one of the teachers that I've got, Tsoknyi Rinpoche, expressed it in a way that I thought was really, really skillful, and he said, on the path to enlightenment, however you define enlightenment, one of the very, very critical stages is to become a healthy human being. And if you want to use Dharma practice or spiritual practice just to become a healthy human being, that's okay. And his admonition is just don't kid yourself in believing that that's going to be enlightenment. It's a step on the path to enlightenment. And I think that what will happen will be, and here's a hypothesis. It's a total speculation. Yeah. I think that in the business world we have something that we call the 80-20 rule, and what it means is that 80% of your revenue is going to come from 20% of your customers, or and other types of ramifications. I believe that in this arena, if you will, of mental and emotional fitness, that 80% of your observable health benefits will come from the first 20% of effort. Yeah. And that if you want to get all the way to enlightenment, going the last 20% is going to take another 80% of the effort. Sure. It's just speculation that I've got. If that's true, that's a pretty good bargain for society, because the first 20% of the effort, cumulative effort, is going to get you a much healthier human society. And then from that, there will be a smaller segment, who want to devote more time toward the ultimate reality. And that will always be, I think, probably driven by the existential question of what happens when we die. Yeah. And as long as we have that unanswered, in certainty, there's going to be a segment of the population that really, pushes themselves to, greater levels of realization in some way or another. Great. But all of that stuff is we'll just have to see how it all develops. But it's an incredibly exciting time.